Hey everyone, in my video today I have 3 summer outdoor makeover projects. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth. I want to welcome you to Southern Gmore Gals, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I love summertime. I love being outdoors, especially in the evening times, but definitely here in the South, we have mosquitoes that can eat you alive if you don't have some things outside to try to help with that. So I love the tiki torches, but these here have definitely seen their better days. And I have purchased these. They all look a little bit different. I purchased them at different times. I think some of the larger ones, the one right there on the right, actually came from Lowe's, and then some of them came from the Dollar General and possibly even Walmart. We have a lot of these in my yard, so that could, add up really quickly if I wanted to replace all of these. So I just want to freshen these up and give them a new look. They're all kind of faded, and you can see there they have maybe like some mildew kind of stuff on them from being outside in the weather. I'm going to paint them there that turquoise, and then some I'm going to paint gray because I want them all a little bit different. You can replace some of mine, the bottles inside there are busted, so I may even just use like a glass bottle, a beer bottle in those, but you can find replacements on Amazon, or if you have to replace the wick. But most of them I was looking in, the wicks were still pretty long, so I'm hoping I don't have to replace too many of them once we get these together. But I have several of these. We're going to repaint these and freshen these up, so this is my first project here. And I was not too sure what these would look like spray painted, but I really think they're turning out great. I just stuck them down in the ground here and spray painted them. I did half of them this turquoise color, and then I'm going to do the other half like a light gray type color. Some of these you can see the basket part had broken off before, but I'm still going to use those because they're still a good stand, and they'll still hold the bottle in there to support it. So half of them are gray here and half of them are turquoise. So this was a really simple makeover. It definitely covered up that old kind of mildewy kind of look, or just dingy, dated look that they had. So really freshened up the outdoors. I love this turquoise color. I think it's a real modern looking color. Goes great with outdoors. And there you can kind of see, you can get a little sneak peek of my fountain there. I'm going to remake that over here in my video too, but that's where it's finished. So it's kind of shining through there. So that's just a little look ahead of what's coming up in my video here. So if you have some of these laying around, don't throw them away. Repaint them, give them a new look, and refresh them up, and you can use them again year after year. I've had these several years. We usually put them indoors, through the winter part, and then bring them back out in the summer. Let me know what you guys think about this one. So my video is part of a Third Thursday Thrift Flips video, and this is a collaboration where Tammy from the Rusted Willow and myself, we get together every month on the third Thursday and have an open playlist. So if you're a creator and would like to join us, just let one of us know. And if you don't know Tammy, check out Tammy's channel, The Rusted Willow. Her information is listed down in my description box, along with the playlist. Check out and see what everybody is flipping over for this month. So this is my next makeover. This is a fountain I have in my yard, and I'm almost embarrassed to show it because it looks just absolutely terrible right now. So in the winter, I would usually take a big plastic bag of some type and cover it up. Well, I didn't do that last year, so you can see it's absolutely disgusting. And I think we only used it the first part of the summer. I got busy and then didn't take care of it. So this needs some refreshing, some cleaning up, and then we're going to paint it. So stay tuned and let's see what this is going to look like. And fountains really add to your outdoor living space. They're definitely beautiful to look at and really relaxing to listen to the water, but they do require a lot of maintenance or upkeep. So this is after I'm cleaning it. I just used a toothbrush, some Comet, and some cleaner, and you can see a lot of that, I think, was kind of like some algae that had been in there and dried, so it was kind of a mess. But I've got a lot of that out, and this top part, that black, that is actually tar where it had broke before, so we just put that back together where it had been leaking, and right there you can see some of the tar. So that really black is actually tar, just for maintenance of it over the years. So that's one reason I want to paint it, to brighten it up and refreshen it. So this is after one coat. I'm going to clean it just a little bit more, and then I'm just going to use a spray paint and see how that does. So this is looking much better. I've got most of that really dark kind of algae stain in there off, and I feel like it's good enough. So I'm going to paint over this. I'm just using, I think it's called an Ivory Brio or Brulee is the shade that I picked that I'm going to paint it. And I had originally purchased 2 cans of spray paint. I had to go back and purchase one more, so it took 3 cans of spray paint. So that's like somewhere about $12 to $15 remakeover or makeover, and that's a really, I think, a great value because the fountain was much more than that to purchase new. So here it is up and running. It's got a little pump down in the inside or up underneath that second tier, and we've had to replace the pump a couple times. I think we actually replaced it about 2 years ago, but this looks absolutely gorgeous when it's painted and refreshed. Now, there are some challenges as far as keeping the water clear and maintaining it, make sure it's got water in it. So if you're thinking about getting a fountain, just keep in mind that there is a lot of upkeep to this. When the wind blows and it's running, it can blow the water out. So something you really have to watch and can't leave running if you're going to be gone for any extended period of time. And the funny thing about this, when I originally purchased it, I wanted a white or an off-white one, and they only had them in really big fountains. They didn't have them in this size, so that's why I purchased the gray one. So I love this white. I think it looks really good. A great makeover. Now, there are some challenges as far as keeping the water clear, so that's also something you want to keep in mind. Definitely being outside, it's subject to get algae in it, and then you have some challenges like this. So look at this. So if you have one of these that thinks this is his little watering trough or fountain, he's going to drink out of it. So you can't put any chemicals in the water to keep it clear, because then he would be drinking it. Or the birds or the bees, they drink out of this too. So you can't put really chlorine in here or any hard chemicals if you've got pets around. But this happens to be just his size, so he loves getting a little drink out here. He doesn't mind it getting his face wet. He's kind of figured out where he can get in there where it's not going to get right on his face. So for my third makeover outdoor project, now this looks blah. So this has been sitting too. So this is a pallet I had outside, and I lost most of my footage to this, so I'm just going to have to kind of tell you what I did to this one. But I love the chevron print on the flags, but as you can see, my lines got way off when I did this one. When I had it laying down painting it, I thought, oh, I'm doing a great job. And then when I stepped back and looked at it, I was like, I got way off. Should have used some stencils. But I love flags and pallets out by the road, but I don't like the ones that just have those big spaces in between and stuff. So I like something a little unique, a little different. So I wanted to make this one over and redo it because it's seen its better days here. So the first thing I did was I just painted it black just to cover up a lot of that red especially. And then I made my blue space again with some blue spray paint. I painted the rest of it just white. And then I made my lines with some red, and just I made a swervy kind of line here just to look like a flag that's flying. And I love having pallets out by the front of our house. That we have a telephone pole there, and I love these sitting on there. So there you can see my flag. Looks much more refreshed. Was a simple, easy project for me to do. If you paint a pallet, you always want to put some clear or some kind of sealant on it to make sure it's not going to wash off in the rain. Let me know what you guys think about my video being a little different this month. I hope you like something different, and let me know what you think about my summer makeover projects. If you haven't seen Tammy's video yet, go to the Rusted Willow and subscribe to Tammy's channel and check out her video for this month. She always has some awesome thrift flips and some budget-friendly DIYs. Check out the playlist, see what everybody's flipping over this month. We'll be back in July on the third Thursday for our next Thursday thrift flips, and stay tuned and see how my garden's doing if you're interested in that. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope y'all have a great summer. So this right here is such a hot mess. So I usually plant pumpkins in our garden around June, so we'll have them for like September, October. Well, this is a volunteer. So these were from pumpkins that I threw out last fall that have sprouted themselves or reseeded themselves this summer, and have came up, and look at that. I have a pumpkin in June. So what am I going to do with that? I can't believe how big this thing is, but it's kind of in the woods or it's shaded, so it's doing like awesome. Because most of the time in the garden when we plant these in July, they'll dry up because it's so dry here, usually that time of the year. But it looks like I might have tons of pumpkins. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with them if we have pumpkins in July. But this is also, you can see here, there's peach bush here, or peach tree. So down in here we have some peaches in here. I just thought that'd be kind of neat if you want to see these. A lot of times the squirrels and other things get these peaches, and they're really small peaches that are on here. And this was also a volunteer that came up. There were actually 2 of them in here, and one of them had broke off, but there's the peaches there. So they're down inside here. They're not quite ready yet, and as time goes by, they'll start disappearing because something will take these and pick them off and eat them. So some of those will disappear before they get to be ripe or be ready to eat. So we have been extremely dry here this time. I think the last time I did my video, it just got done raining a lot, but we have had very little rain in the last month. The last 2 weeks, I don't think it's rained at all. And it's been in the mid-90s all week this week. So everything is very, very dry here. Now that's some squash. It does have some blossoms on it. And you can see my green beans are getting some blossoms, but the deer this year, they've actually liked to eat those this year, so they keep snipping the tops of them off there a little bit. And this is some zucchini here. It also has some blossoms on it. We need to do some tilling in there and stake up some tomatoes. Everything is ready for that, but we just haven't had time to do that yet. But our corn looks great. It's coming up, but everything is needing some rain. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day.